Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Sheleah Monea and I'm here with another story time. This time the story is about the first time I had a big dose of humble pie. Stay tuned. Let me show you how I move. I'll be working overtime. So, you want to hear about my story when I had humble pie, right? I believe everybody needs to have a good dose of humble pie pretty often. We need to always maintain a certain level of humbleness. Don't ever trip on your ego. It's so easy to do, especially if you're in the field that I'm in, which is music. And I am a singer, I'm a songwriter, and when you are liked, it's easy for your ego to be, to bring you up here, but sometimes it can get you in a little trouble. I'm gonna talk about my first time experiencing something like that and how I've never been the same, to be honest. I really haven't. So as you guys know or may not know, if this is your first time here, what's up? But if you know who I am and you're familiar with me and my music, which don't forget to stream Lose You. It's available now on your favorite streaming platform. You can also check out my Lose You lyric video, so definitely check that out and just keep streaming your girl so that it can do bigger and better things. I have been actually singing my entire life. My father sings, and I've talked about that in numerous interviews, and I talk about that all the time. So I have been singing my entire life and making up my own songs for a very long time. But just because I've been singing for a long time doesn't mean I was always good. Back in my Massachusetts days, when I was in elementary school, I went to 2 different elementary schools. The first school I went to was kindergarten through 3rd grade, and then we moved to the next school, which was 4th through 8th grade. I think it's since changed, but back in my day, that's how it worked. So when I entered the school, which was 4th through 8th grade, they had talent shows. And I was like, yes, I get to show everybody how good I am. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be such a famous singer, yay. So couldn't wait to enter the talent shows. Now the cool thing about what the school did with their talent show was 4th graders competed against other 4th graders, 5th graders against other 5th graders, so on and so forth, which I think is cool because let's face it, a 9-year-old versus a 13 or a 14-year-old, it's just not gonna always match up. You might have a very phenomenal 9-year-old, but I would say 90% of the time, the 9-year-old and the 13 or 14-year-old are just gonna be hugely different when it comes to their abilities. Like even for me, my voice sounds completely different at 13 than it did at 9. So of course, I wanted to enter this talent show, and I let my family know that I'm gonna be a part of this talent show. And my mom was like, oh really? You wanna maybe practice your routine? This was the night before, mind you, it had already been like a month that I was signed up for this show. I'd already been practicing. All I did was spend time by myself and sing and practice and sing and practice. I was like, no. She's like, what are you gonna sing? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sing a song by Janet Jackson, which I did sing a song by Janet. I sang Where Are You Now from her Janet album. I was obsessed with Janet as a little girl. She was one of my first concerts actually, so like as a little girl, I was just like blown away by her. And I don't know, she just kept insisting, but I just didn't want to show her what I planned on doing for my show. I wanted her to be surprised and see me perform on stage. Talking to her today, her story is like, I was just worried, that you're gonna go on stage and make a fool of yourself and people will laugh at you, and I didn't want you to have that kind of humiliation, especially at such a young age. But I was confident in myself. Like, I believed in my talent. Whether I sounded as good as I thought I did at 9 years old is a different story, but I believed in myself. The next day is the talent show, and I'm just excited. I got my red outfit with white polka dots on it. And like I said, I sang Janet Jackson's Where Are You Now? Now, if you're familiar with that song, you know that that has one of the longest intros. Like intros like that just don't work today. We have the shortest attention spans. Songs are getting shorter and shorter. But you know, your girl got up there and the lights hit me and I'm on the stage and the whole school's watching and family and friends are watching. It was like during school hours, so everybody was there. And the song starts and I'm just, you know, I'm clapping with the beat and then everybody starts clapping with me. And my mom was like, just stunned that I captivated the audience where they were like clapping with me. And then I start singing. And you know, for 9 years old, I killed it. I did my thing. I did a pretty decent job. And I did so decent that your girl won. Of course, right? Like, why wouldn't I win my first talent show? So that was great. It was such an amazing feeling, such an amazing experience. It let me know, like, yes, I'm on my way. I'm gonna make it. I'm a great singer. So the next year is 5th grade, and I, of course, I'm gonna sing again. More people know who I am at this point. So of course they're like, oh, what are you gonna sing? And I decided to go ahead and sing Shantae Moore's rendition of a cover she did called I Wanna Thank You. I believe the original artist is Alicia Moore. I think so, I have to look it up. But I was only familiar with the Shantae Moore version because I didn't realize I was so young. And I sang that song again, another like really long song with a long intro, but I made it work. I sang that song, and of course, your girl won. And it was just another great humbling experience. You know, I just love performing, I love singing and feeling that energy, you know, because at that point, more people knew that I sang and knew who I was, so people were really getting into it. It was amazing. Next year, 6th grade, 11 years old. Of course, I sing again, and y'all gonna love this one. I sang a Mariah Carey song. Of course, right? Of course I sang Mariah Carey. I was obsessed with Mariah around 11 years old, so. I sang one of her songs, and again, your girl won. I won again, but that one was really cool because I actually tied first place with one of my best friends. She did like a dance routine, and obviously they loved me, but they really loved her too. So we both won. It was cool. It was nice to share that with one of my best friends. 7th grade. This is where things get interesting. Now, what you need to know is I was going to school in Cambridge, which is a city north of Boston. I was actually living in Boston. I was living in JP, which is Jamaica Plains. But my mom wanted to get a house. She had been saving, they had been working hard, and wanted to move to a place that was known for having a good school district. So that year during 7th grade, we moved to Milton. And I was fortunate enough to be able to finish out my 7th grade year at that school, but I wasn't gonna be able to go there for 8th grade and graduate with my friends, and that was really like such a blow to me. I was so upset. So of course, there's just like this bittersweet feeling. You know, I'm 12. 12 is that weird age, you know, you're going through changes. I'm going through changes. It's like, I was getting taller, I was getting thicker, you know, started getting hips. They just thought I was grown. I knew like this is gonna be my last year. So the one thing that I have going for me is this talent show. I have to win this talent show because I already won 3 in a row. I had to win the last one so I could have my 4 in a row and, you know, just go out with a bang. Nobody had done what I had done. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. So I just was so focused on it, like the whole year. It's like, what am I gonna sing? What am I gonna sing? People are asking me as it's getting closer, what are you gonna sing? And I was just like the pressure was on, but I'm like, nobody is gonna wanna go against me. Like, I'm Sheleah. And at the time is when I finally decided I'd be Sheleah Monea. because I was obsessed with just being Monet. But somebody had told me, you know, you have such a beautiful first name. Why don't you just be Sheleah? And I'm like, but I really love my middle name, Monet. So I was like, Sheleah Monea. So this was around the time that Sheleah Monea's persona was really I was really working on that, okay? Of course, I just got in my head about this damn talent show. So I was going back and forth between either doing an Aaliyah song or a Monica song, and I ended up going with the Monica song. I did For You I Will from the Space Jam soundtrack. It was like a huge hit, and I remember always really liking that song and how she sang in it, so I wanted to try to do it. And I practiced the hell out of that song because if you're familiar with the song, she hits like this high note. When I was little, I had like a really thick, very raspy New England accent. So you could definitely hear it in my singing. And even though at 12 my voice was maturing a lot more, I still struggled to hit those high notes, which not much has changed because I still struggle to hit those high notes. But I was ready. I hit the note at the rehearsal the day before, so I was like, I got this, and that's that. So my mother was a little upset with me because she didn't like what I was wearing. And I just, thought I was grown, trying to be sexy, and I transform when I'm on stage. People still say that today. It's like, you're like a totally different person on stage. But it started around that time. She wasn't liking my attitude. That was just, like I said, 12 was the year that I changed a lot. Who really likes 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-olds? Other than my siblings that are that age range, it's not my favorite age to deal with at all, especially in this generation. Man, I sound old. Woo! I perform my song. I start performing and I'm killing it. I'm doing my thing. I will cross the ocean for you. I will go and bring you the moon. Right? I think those are the words. So I'm doing my thing and people feeling it, because they're just watching me like the queen of the talent shows. So of course we come to the end, well, the climax, I should say, where I gotta hit the high note. And, your girl hit the high note. I hit the high note. I know y'all were thinking I was gonna say I didn't hit the high note. I know it. But you know what I did do? I was so impressed that I was able to hit the high note that in disbelief, I lost my mind. I started laughing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I hit the high note. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. I mean, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm talking in front of everybody right now and I'm supposed to be singing. And then I start crying. And then I literally pull it together and finish out the last little phrase. So from the high note until my last little phrase, it was that laughing, talking, and crying. Everybody started clapping, but the whole energy in that room changed. When I walked off that stage, I was like stomping off and I just threw the mic down. I didn't even give it to the person. And I remember I had a friend backstage. It was like, you okay? I was like, I'm just so mad because I had put so much of my energy into having a perfect performance and I was so worried about that damn note and I hit the note, but then I cracked after. Not vocally cracked, I literally cracked under pressure, just lost my mind and had one of the most embarrassing moments of my singing career. And of course, your girl did not win that talent show that year.
Aww.
I did not get my 4th consecutive win on my last year at that school. Instead, this other kid who played the piano, he played his own composition and he won. And I remember being so mad thinking, I write my own songs, I play on the piano too. Why didn't I just sing my own song? Why am I singing somebody else's song? Which kind of ties into why like I don't do a lot of covers anymore, because I just want y'all to hear my own songs, like Lose You. Stream it. But what that experience really taught me was that no matter how many times I won before, no matter how good I think I am, never get too comfortable, because there will always be somebody who is gonna try to take your spot. And to not be ruled by my ego. Do not let your ego get the best of you. Just because you think you should win or whatever, like, you can't feed into that. All you can do is work harder and work smarter to be better for the next performance or the next opportunity. And just after that, I never displayed like that cockiness. Now, of course, when I go on stage, like, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn into Sheleah Monea and be a confident, you know, bad as I wanna be type of girl. Like, that is gonna come out. But as soon as I'm off of that stage, I'm not like thinking, yeah, I should have won, and get mad at people who don't choose me for something. I can only do the best that I possibly can do, and, you know, find out where I can make improvements and just try to be better next time. My advice, don't let your ego rule you. Everybody gotta have a slice of humble pie at some point in their life. I had my first dose of it at 12, and I'm very thankful for that. It's okay to be your biggest cheerleader and to believe in yourself. I will always preach that. You have to have confidence, and you have to know that you're worthy if you truly believe in what you're doing. But don't let ego drive you. Don't let it drive you. So that's my story time about my talent show experiences and why I had to eat a big old slice of humble pie. But definitely, let me let you know this. I decided to pick a song that I did from my talent show days to sing for y'all. So stay tuned next week. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Support your girl. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this content. But definitely keep it locked in for next week when I post my cover from one of my talent show songs. Is it gonna be Janet? Is it gonna be Sheleah Monéa? Is it gonna be Mariah Carey? Or is it gonna be that dreadful Monica? Yes, not dreadful. Great, beautiful song. I love Monica. I couldn't listen to that song for years after that. I was just, that scarred me for life. So which song is it gonna be? Let me know what you think I'm gonna choose below. Janet Jackson, Sheleah Monéa, Mariah Carey, or Monica. Let me know what your guess is in the comments, and let me know what you like to see from me. Do you like these story times? You know, if you want to see more music videos, let me know. And yeah, that's it. I don't got much else to say. See you next time. Back when I was in my because again, somebody will always be there to take your spot.